Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday webinar, the second one in the week. This one with Ben and Cata. Cata, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for joining again. Sorry for having like 1 or 2 minute delay, but good things are worth waiting for.
Should I leave then?
Yeah. What happened is actually we're like in discussions we were talking before this webinar with Ben about like all the things that we want to do, the plan. We have great things for you guys. So this year it will be a magical year. And we were talking and we were talking and then we realized, oh geez, we have to jump in the webinar and
People are waiting.
people are waiting, yes, but we are here right now. So I'm doing great.
And we have something to celebrate, right? We hit a 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's like a year ago. In June, we set our goal to do 5,000 subscribers, and we were at less than 3.5. So that's mainly to thank with all these people that are watching our videos every week. We can't be happier with this result for now. Of course, the new goal of 10,000 is already set, but we won't tell that to the video editor.
No, but that's something that we should. I mean, the team, I think they've done an amazing job. So thank you guys, Dimitro, Rafa, Dana, Roman.
Let us know if you're here in the chat. Just shout out and let yourself know. Get that round of applause from the other viewers.
And from us, like firsthand for sure. Appreciate that all the work that you guys have done. I mean, it's a tremendous work, and for all the people that know, we really are doing quite a lot of things. And the whole idea is that we try to,
this valuable content that we're creating is not created just by the two of us, right?
Oh yes,
we just put our pretty faces on this camera, but
I don't know. I know about myself, but your face,
bastard.
I mean,
right. We're gonna keep this short. Thank you for watching, guys.
The good thing is now I'm far away. I'm not in the same office with you, so you cannot reach me that easy. No. Oh God. But it's good to have it, and I'm super excited about today's topic. I know for a fact that myself and many other people are really, really interested to know, and I think it's a good chance to.
What topic are we discussing today?
WebHooks, algorithmic trading.
Algorithmic trading and WebHooks. Well, last week we spoke about the base scanner, of course.
Yes,
which is algorithmic trading already. It's just manually, right?
Yeah. I mean, please, guys, if you have any questions, I think this is the moment that you can drop them in the chat, and we're gonna be able to answer them as much as possible and clear as possible, and try to help you with anything that you have in terms of automation and things like that.
Yeah,
we're gonna have just quickly next session will also be.
Let me just get the chart on as well. This button. I got the right button. I'm such a pro. I don't know if people remember from last week, but we had the basis, of course. That's now there. Where I set up this position last week. You remember, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it got filled. So we set it up in advance, and it got filled. And what do you know? Like it kind of moved. Like, can we go back to that base? There we go. So it had moved a little bit to the median drop, and I got in, and I got profit, and then the other take profits that we had were cancelled because my position went to break even after the first take profit hit, and that's exactly what happened, right? So the position got closed out at break even. Actually at the average entry level, and then I still made my 1.4% profit. The profit potential was way higher, of course, because I had take profit set all the way up here. But I'm happy with this because look at that, right? So this is exactly why that protection function is such an important feature to have enabled if you're working with multiple take profits. Like if I had taken my profit right here, it would have been a lot more money, right? But we also want to let our profits ride and we want to squeeze them out because this doesn't happen. This happens on average, like it hits the base and continues to go down, right? If you're watching our smart money concept webinars, then you would probably see the same thing where it hits liquidity and then reverses, right? So that's what the base scanner also does, and why you should get out at base level, or at least take profit at the base level. And yeah, then you get this slump down, but I'm happy with it because I'm in profit, right? Profit is profit, and if you can generate these signals every single day, or several times a week, then you can get some serious profits out of that. But that was manual trading, right? So we used the base scanner from there, where we looked at the markets and we were looking at items below the base, and as we can see that this one might not be such a good market to trade because it has lots and lots of bases broken. Although there is a thing that if you have a lot of bases taken, so a lot of liquidity taken, then at some point the chances of it reversing increases significantly. But I think that this one is more like a slump down because of like a delisting or something. So this base might be, or this market looks like it's being delisted because it's such a massive drop, and continues to drop even further. So this one would be a lot better. Also, we do give out delisting notifications, so that you can be aware of markets being delisted. But yeah, this one looks like a nice one. This one looks like a nice one to trade, and we can set it up and take our profit. But again, we're doing this all manually, right? So it's a semi-automatic trading. So we could set it up, get our take profit. So this is where the automation starts at our levels. Great, right? We could do this. And then we can use the protection function with break even. Like there's a thing, like there's a trick. I didn't even explain that last week, because last week I said about not using stop losses, but using multiple entry orders. Actually a good thing to remind people. Like we would set it up like this. There's a nice level there. See one there. Let's put it to target it now so we can make those adjustments. I don't think I would normally take this trade, just because the chart looks a little bit barcodey in my opinion, and that's just because of the low step size, very low price. So you get a little bit of a barcode one, but that's okay. Just wanted to show you like how it would work. So setting the stop loss is usually not a great idea for this type of trading, because you've got all these levels and you want to trade yourself out of it, but you still want to use that protection function, right? So at the moment, the way to use the protection function is actually to just put the stop loss at a negative 90%, for example, right? So now the stop loss isn't, once it reaches this, your position is worthless anyway. But the protection function is still actually available. So as soon as your first take profit is reached, then this one is still moved up to average entry. So that's how you can still use the protection function with dollar cost averaging strategy, but not having to worry about your stop loss being triggered. So that's, I forgot to tell that last week, but this is currently the way to do it. We are looking in a way to improve this so that you can actually omit the stop loss on entry, and you would just have the protection function enabled on the first take profit. So we're still debating on how to show that, but that will be added in the near future. For now, this is the way to do it. To just set your stop price to minus 90% and just do your dollar cost averaging. That's a great way to do it. And you can set this up. Well, we'll show you actually. So this was all done manually, right? But I'm lazy. I don't know. Are you lazy?
Well, I don't know if it's about laziness or about productivity. I think it's a mix,
Or just not
but
into trading. Like that could also be the
yeah,
case. You're into making
exactly.
money, but not so much into trading, right?
Yeah, true. Exactly. I mean, look, before jumping in exactly in this, I think it will be good to explain what algorithmic trading is, Ben. Just starting with the basic.
Basically, with like algorithmic trading, which is what the base scanner um, is it's trading signals based on an algorithm designed by a person. It can be an AI algorithm. It can be just a simple strategy from indicators. Doesn't have to be like as sophisticated as the crypto base scanner, or any of the strategies that are offered online. It can just be a simple one like Bollinger Bands or RSI bands being broken, for example. That's already algorithmic trading. So you take out all the emotion. It's solely based on data from the chart, and that is interpreted in a standard and fixed way. Every chart is interpreted in the same way, same algorithm, same function, same steps to look at. You have, like the crypto base scanner, for example, is already looking back into the market and deciding what certain price levels are. So, for example, the median drop differs per market. It also differs over time. So this is a self-learning algorithm where it looks back at the chart and sees what's currently the normal for this market, right? But yeah, anything that is calculated by a function, by a computer, by an algorithm, that is effectively algorithmic trading.
Yeah. Okay.
If you take the signals from that.
I mean, I think it's a lot of misunderstanding about this. That's why I want to clarify it. And I see that people.
What people sometimes think is that it's like a button to click to generate profits.
Yeah.
Right, and that's not algorithmic trading.
It's a magical wand that like comes and Harry Potter, and you have profit. I don't think it's that. I think we have a question from Kenneth. I don't know if you've seen that one, Ben.
Yeah, I saw it.
Perhaps not spot on for today's topic, but I'm wondering, since stop hunting is a thing, is a way to set stop losses so that market makers and algorithmic bots can't see them?
Yeah, I mean, the one that I was showing, the stop loss part right here. So this stop loss, if you use it from the smart position, it's actually hidden from the order book because we don't send it to the exchange until it hits. So that's a way to hide it from the market makers. But I mean, most people, it doesn't really matter because we're not trading with such a high volume that they're actually interested in us, and the masses will. I mean, let's face it, we're not at a level where we have all the traders of Binance on our platform. So most traders will have their orders on the order book. So by us having it or not having it, it's not going to make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things and in trading. So no, they are not visible to the institutional investors that are looking for stop hunts. But everyone else that is not using Altrady is susceptible to that, and you're in the same pool, so that stop hunt will still happen. So I'm not going to take any credit for our system to say if you do this, then you won't get stop hunted. You will. Like, that's a given. The thing that you can do with our stop loss is to set the cooldown so that you can give it some time before the institutions are finished with their stop hunting, and you can say, okay, well, normally they take like 15 minutes to complete their liquidity grab, and then the price always returns. then you could use the stop loss cooldown to do that. And then if the price is recovered in 15 minutes, then the stop loss will not be triggered. So that's a great way to avoid the stop loss or the stop hunts.
Yeah, the power of stop loss cooldown is huge. I mean, I'm telling this to all the people when we have the onboarding, because it really helps to get wrecked a lot. And I'm using it a lot, to be honest, especially for crypto.
Yeah,
and
there are plenty of times where I've used it and I'm like, it's been working fine. And there's also been times where I forgot to use it and it burned me. Like, I got stopped out again. I don't know. I might even have that position on.
You want to cry again?
Yeah, I want to cry again because it was here. It wasn't that long ago. I was actually doing a breakout trade on the 15-minute chart. I think I was. Are we here? Yeah. Yeah. So you could see I was getting stopped out on a wick. If I had waited 15 minutes. Then it would have recovered and then it would have triggered here. But again, it wouldn't have exited because this is a 15-minute chart. And then, well, you can see what happened after that. I would have made a
money.
very nice profit in 13 hours. But I got stopped out because I didn't have my stop loss cooldown enabled.
Yeah. Okay.
Frustrating things. But, that's trading.
Yeah.
Right. Let's continue with the algorithmic part of this webinar. So what I was saying was that this is all done manually, and now we want to do automatic. So automatic is...
How we do that? That's the question.
Well, not in here. We have a specific section. So if let's just expand the menu, and we have this nice section that says bots.
Okay.
Why are you here? Go down.
Shush.
Go away.
Turn holding on.
I don't even know. It was on my other screen, and all of a sudden it popped up on this screen. Like, hi, I'm here.
I want to be here.
Yeah. You need me. No, I don't. So this is the bot section, and this is where we're going to be looking at automating things, right? That's the most important thing for algorithmic trading. And for that, we can actually look at others, because there are plenty of bots that have been running. Also with the crypto base scanner. So we can see crypto base scanner. This is a webhook from Zigcoin strategy that you can subscribe to on Zignali. You can give them your money and they will run the profit for you, or they will manage your funds for you. It's a great way. You can check it out. Others, crypto base scanner from the crypto network was doing really well. Obviously now the market is a bit of a slump, but still in profit. And you can see this, right? So this is nice. So you can really see how this algorithm works. So you get a big push up, then you get some down, some drawback down, and then a little bit more drawdown, but it always recovers back. And then here. So I expect this one to make a full recovery as well. It's just a matter of time. And it involves patience, right? And this is also like these are all algorithmic trading, right? And this is exactly what I mean by it's not a button pushing and get rich. It doesn't work like that. Otherwise, you would see markets that have just got a line up, right? And as you can see, they don't really exist. This one is doing more of that, but even this strategy has drawdowns. Even this strategy has points where it dips lower, right? It's all a matter of how you manage it. A better trader signal, 5 months. This one's doing really well, right? You can just go here and see what others have done, how they've been running it. And then you can copy it. So if we look at it, this is a grid bot. So you can also see grid bots. how well they are doing. And GridBot's profits are basically always going up because that's an inherent thing of a GridBot. But I think we're going to cover that in another episode where we're just talking about GridBots and how to make them profitable, because this looks amazing, but in all honesty, it's a little bit of it can be a little bit deceiving because grid profits are always increasing just by nature of being a GridBot. But that doesn't mean that you're in profit, right? But we will get into that in a different webinar. Better Traders. Wow. Looks like we're going to go and set up a Better Traders bot for this for this episode. So how would you do that? Like how? So if you're here and you find these, what's next, right? Well, you can just click on the copy button, and we can check the settings, and we can see how it's been doing and what type of profits are generated. And it's quite consistent. You can see how many DCA is used. Not so much. 2 times, fine. You can see the average profit, so what you can expect per position, and then the total. So as expected, with a 2-level DCA, the total P&L percentage is obviously higher because the profits per position are higher because the position size is larger, right? So that makes sense. And then you can also see in which market they have been performing well. So once you like this, then you can just click on duplicate bot. And then you get the not financial advice and all that kind of mandatory stuff that we have to warn you about. And then when you say YOLO, then you can copy the bot. And it will look like this.
Oh, this is nice. It's way more easier. I don't have to know. I just have to check which one performs better, and I copy that and just doing that.
Yep. Yeah. And then we can select an account. Well, in this case, I'll use my Binance paper trading. It will tell you that, you have to use so much funds. Fine. Done. I don't need this, so I'm just going to disable that. This would be that I can start and stop my bot via a webhook, but I'm not interested in that for this.
Okay.
So I can just disable that for, I don't need it. You can leave it on. You can turn it off. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to be using it. As you can see, the owner of the bot had set up a whitelist. So we're just going to leave it like that. They probably did their research. Be wise to do your own research, but in this case, I'm going to be one of those users that just simply clicks the button and hopes to get rich quick. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to look at how much is spent. So right now, the owner of the bot had said that we could use $40, but maybe we can do more or less depending on the risk that we're taking. So let's look a little bit further ahead and see how much we're going to be doing. So with the DCA levels, so this means that this is our first entry order, right? So the first order will always be $40. And then we're going to do dollar cost averaging, where we have level 1 and level 2, right? And it says how much we're going to be using. So on the next level, we're not going to use $40, but we're going to use $80. And on the level after that, we're going to use an extra $160. So that makes our total position size $280, right? So are we okay with that? Yeah, that's fine. No problem. But how much funds do we have? We have 19,000 in our paper trading account. We can do quite a little bit more, right? So we can say that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 markets in the whitelist, we can have at least 10 concurrent positions, which is what was displayed here. And that means that we can have 10 times this number in a position. So that's 2,800 that would be allocated to this bot. Right? Once we've done that, then we can say, oh, okay, well, maybe we have 19,000. let's say we want to put in about 5,000. So we can increase this to, if we can increase it to 80, then we can see it's 5,600 that we would require. Right? Because it's doubled. We do 75, 525, we do 70, it'll be just under 5,000. And I know what you're thinking, right? I can hear you thinking, and I know Roman is here and he's like, oh my God, what are they doing? And I agree, right? Why not just be able to put 5,000 in? Don't worry, it's coming. We've identified that. It's frustrating, I know. And we're not math experts here either, because I had to find this number to stay below the 5,000. Don't worry, we'll fix it. So now that we have 70, we know that it's 490, so it's 5,000 maximum, fine. Then we can look at our take profit. And in this case, they work with one take profit at 1%, which is fine. I'm happy with that. If they decided to do that, enable trailing for the last target, even better.
But that will work because we have one take profit.
Yeah, that's no problem. The last one can also be trading. It's the last one. Even if it's the first, it's also the last.
No, but in this case, how many? We have just one take profit, or
and that take profit is a trailing one. So if the price shoots up, then we're following it. I can show you I will show you later on what that will look like. And then no stop loss in this case. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. Then we save it. Then we can see our math was right. A very difficult math of 490 times 10 is 4,900. And yeah, it didn't take any positions yet because that's not how it works. It's not a button and then print money. We have to wait now for the signals to come in. But the beauty is that we don't have to sit behind our computer anymore. This is it. This is done. We just have to wait. We're just getting notified when things happen. And this will start to generate some money. We'll check that later. We'll see. I'll leave it on and we'll see next week to see what it's doing. Maybe it went bad. Maybe it went good. But we do encourage you to try it out with paper trading first before you put real money towards it. And if you're happy with the paper trading results, then by all means, go on and set it up with real money. If you find during the week or two of testing that it's not for you, then maybe one of the other signal providers would be something for you. So we have the other one because we were talking about the base scanner, and this is a crypto base scanner signal provider. So you can create one from scratch as well. Roman is asking if I can make smart money signals ideally today. Yes, I can, but I'm not going to. No, that will be a while because if people have been watching the webinars on Tuesday, I'm still learning it, and I can't create an algorithm if I don't understand the full strategy yet. So again, we could use our paper trading account because we've used 5,000 on the other one. So we have another 15,000 to spend. And then we can select our algorithms. So from the terminal, I showed you that we have a couple of different algorithms last week. And in this case, you can select them. You can select them all. There's no problem with that. You will get more signals if you do. If you don't select them all, you will get fewer signals. But they might fit your level of comfort better. Right? That's all it is. Right? They all have very good success rates. But some position trades will take longer. Conservative trades will take slightly less longer. And day trades might be quicker on average. But the profit per time frame is also lower. So, yeah. It's up to you. The success rate can be, like, I would say, anywhere between 40 and 50. That's how I do it, at least. I mean, it's not financial advice. You need to do your own research. But, yeah, that's how I normally do it. Max success rate, yeah, you could leave it to 100. The thing with this is that market with a very high success rate, are like it can also lead to like having a higher probability of it dropping in success rate for a little bit before the recovery sets in, and that's because markets with a high success rate have been going up for a while, hitting all the bases, respecting them all, getting back to that, and as we know, markets work in waves. So as soon as all the bases have been respected, all the liquidity has been recovered, then the price can go down again, and you might see bases being broken that stay broken for a little bit longer. So anywhere, 80% is also fine. The concurrent positions, it's a little bit of a debate. Like one position can be like very frustrating because there are not many signals, and the signals come in waves. So as soon as you get one signal, then you most likely get like 10. That's because like when Bitcoin crashes, all altcoins crash as well, and when Bitcoin rises, all altcoins crash as well. What's the moral of the story? Don't invest in altcoins. But that's a different topic, different point of view. And in the algorithm, it doesn't really matter because still those markets move in waves. And if you buy when the markets are crashing, there's a high chance of the market recovering at least to the last previous support and resistance. So we could set this to 10. Max concurrent positions per market, I would leave it at 1. We don't want, like, if one base is broken, we don't want to get into the next one because we have our dollar cost averaging already set up to do that for us, really. Volume, set that a little bit higher. Let's say 100,000, like that. Maximum, we don't need to set that. Whitelist, we don't really need to do that. Blacklist, we don't need to do that for the base scanner. We want to get all of them. And don't worry, anything that you get a delisting notification from will automatically be included in the blacklist, right? Even though the blacklist is empty, we do not generate signal-bot signals for blacklisted markets. It will not happen. I can't say that for the beta traders, but for the crypto base scanner, that's definitely the case. You could set a cooldown for after opening, meaning that you could have it like after one is open, that you don't open another one for another hour, minute, or however long you want to set it. This can be interesting for like when you get that really big crash that you may not want to saturate all 10 of them immediately, right? You want to have a little bit of space in between so that you get better crashes. It's possible that works. This would be something that you need to test yourself. So by all means, set up as many bots as you like, and test out which settings work the best for you, right? So don't blindly set up a bot and leave it at that. If you have the essential package, you can set up 5 bots on paper trading for a month and pick the best bot out of it, right? Why would you risk putting all your money into one basket with one bot that you haven't tested before, right? How do you know? So set up 5 bots, or on the basic plan you do 2 bots. On the premium plan you do 25 bots, and you pick the best settings, right? You continue with the best settings, and if you have enough money to spend on all 25, then you do that. But you can also set up 10 bots with real money and the other 15 to test out different variations of the settings. And then next month you reevaluate which bot is performing better, and you switch the settings. Right? This is the way to go. I would be conservative with the amount of money in the opening of the positions, just so that you have that room to play with the other bots. Entry.
Ben, just a second, because the Bean Crypto guy says that is a very nice feature, but can this also be set into the app so it's shown?
Can you elaborate on which feature exactly you mean? Because we get the delays a little bit. So when you see us talking and you put the message in the chat, then there's already 10-15 seconds past.
I think it was the cooldown, I assume, but yeah.
The cooldown after opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, exactly. Just let us know So we know for sure what to address.
Yep. So for this, we could set up a fixed amount. Let's do that 70 again. I like that number. Entry price deviation. Yeah, we could set this up to, like, I normally put this on 0.5%. There's enough wiggle room in a base because it's at least a 3% drop, at least for every base. It's at least 3%. So this means that you get a minimum of 2.5% profit. If everything works out the way it should. Order and expiration. Yes, you want to set that up. I usually set that to 15 minutes. Like if my order is not filled within 15 minutes, I'm no longer interested in this because the panic might already be over and I can't get in and I don't want to get in unless it's a panic. That's the crypto-based scanner. It's all about panics. Dollar cost averaging. Yes. Like as I showed you last week with the manual setup, we want to do that. And we also want to do the martingale scale where we double. We do 10 and 200 and another, let's say 15. Let's go nice and deep. Don't even say it, Cata.
I thought about it.
I knew you would. So now we have 560 in our position times 10. Yeah, 5,600. We have the money, so why not? Let the money flow.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's play with it.
Yeah, we've got it. Let it roll. In this case, we can set the profit either at half the median or sell at the median drop, and we can do both. So now we have 2 take profits. That's fine, no problem. Or you could do a custom one where you can say, no, I want to have at least that. I've been playing with that, like I don't know, a year ago or maybe even a bit longer. I was like, YOLO, I'm going to put it at 10%. I don't care. I've made enough money in my bot that regardless of what happens, this is a good idea. Nah.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
The market's turned around and I have some significant bags that, I'm still okay, but a bad idea. Don't do this. This is like, you don't even need to backtest this. This is a bad idea because it might work well in a bull market where everything is going up and up and up and up and up and up. But we're not in that type of market now. So be conservative. Use these settings. You'll be fine.
Okay.
And that's it. Right? That's how we can set it up. Save. Done. And again, nothing happens. This is such a boring thing in Altrady. Every time that we do something interesting, then after that, it's just falls flat. Nothing happens.
Yeah, we should change that. I think the crypto guys, the green crypto guy said that he was talking about the listing coins are automatically being sent onto the blacklist.
In
the app, we already said that. I mean, we have that in the app. We notify them.
Yeah, we notify. I mean, I don't think there is a very high visibility of a market being delisted, so we could probably add that. I don't know. If Roman is still listening, then maybe we could include that somewhere.
And George, a question. I understand that all orders are executed as market instead of limit. Isn't that a disadvantage?
The way that I set it up right now, everything is executed as a limit order, not as a market order. The SignalBot items currently only work with limit orders. And that's why you had to set that the entry price deviation. Because at a market order, you don't need to do that because it will just enter at a market value, right? And then as soon as the signal is triggered, it does that. But the reason why we have this with a limit is because I don't want to enter at a market value, right? If the price is already, like if it was a very quick spike all the way down and the price recovered immediately, I don't want to get in. I want to get at the signal price. I want to get in the price of the signal and only that. And I'm happy to wait 15 minutes for that to happen. But if it doesn't happen, I don't want to get in because it just takes away my profit margin. For this specific strategy, you do not want that. You do not want a market order. You do not want to market it. You do not want to go in with a market order unless you can look at the market, you can see it happening, and you're sure it's not a wick that is causing the signal to create.
And can you explain like what is the entry deviation? Because I think that's also something people
This means,
are not.
let me go to the trading terminal.
Yeah.
Why not have it an option? Well, as I just explained, for this specific scenario, you don't want that. You don't want that. We are adding support for market order entries in the signal bot with webhooks. That's coming out. That's actually released today. I will show you that in a minute. But with the entry price deviation, so what happens is that, so for example, if the base break was here, right? Is it?
Maybe you can, enable.
No, it's on a 15-minute chart, so there's no base here. This is not. Okay. I mean, on a 15-minute chart, this would be considered a base, and there would be a base break. If that happened, and my limit order would be here. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I'm trading on Binance.
Thanks, the green crypto guy. That was a good one.
You can do it like with a service called Signali. They don't mind that you're from the Netherlands, and you can trade on Binance.
Well, let's get back to it.
So this case, if I have my order set up right here, then it wouldn't be triggered if it was the wick, because the signal comes from the wick. The price is currently already here. I can't get in. With the entry price deviation, I'm actually moving. So we have that signal line, which would be here, with 0.5% up. That means that my limit order would actually be here. So my limit order will be here. And what this means is that people think, oh, well, you can't set a limit order above the current price because then you just overpay. But that's not true. That's not true. I can set it here and I would still pay this price. I can set it all the way up to 200,000. I'm not going to pay 200,000 for a Bitcoin. I'm not. You're going to pay the market value. However, what this does is that it limits the price that I'm willing to pay for it. So if my order is so large that it would clear out the order book, that it moves the Bitcoin price to 85,000, not going to happen. But if it could, I'm not going to pay more than this price, right? If that happens, then my order will just be partially filled. It will not fill everything. And that's exactly what that entry price deviation does. So it will just set it to a higher level than the signal price so that I can get in. So if this happens, I'd still get in. So it's like a market order, but with a limit. So it's still a limit order. And the technical term for this is a limit taker order. And a taker order means that you take the liquidity from the order book. So you actually buy it from someone immediately if they are willing to pay the price that you've set, or less. And less is better, of course. So this was for the two bots with the two strategies that we have. And next week we'll look at the results. Maybe the better traders will do better. Maybe Crypto Scanner will do better. It'll be the battle of the bots, right? And we will check it next week. I make no guarantees, right? I just set these up for testing purposes. I'm not going to manage them. So if for some reason one of these bots gets a delisting, I won't manage it. Not on this account. I don't have the time to do that for this account. But unmanaged, these bots will run, and let's see who will get the most action, most profit next week. Now, the other thing that we have in this for the signal bots is a webhook. Now, a webhook is already a little bit more advanced and may require a little bit of development knowledge, but not much. Like if you can manage Excel with entering a formula, you probably manage this, right? But if you don't know what Excel is, then maybe just stick to the signal providers.
Maybe just
yeah. I mean, we are talking about money here, right? So if you're not sure what you're doing, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it with your life savings.
Exactly.
But that's just what it is. And we're happy to teach you. We're happy to guide you through it. No problem. If you have questions, ask. we are happy to do that.
So someone asked, so with a signal from a webhook from TradingView, it is also possible to execute limit orders?
Yeah, I'm going to show that now. I'm going to show you how it works from TradingView. Right? So again, in this case, the setup will be quite quickly. Just select paper trading, do USDT, because I have 19,000 USDT in paper trading. Awesome. We have to take note of these. Don't worry, you don't have to copy them straight away. I'll show you how it works. We can say concurrent positions. If I set up my TradingView alerts, I'm going to be in, currently I'm just going to go with one market for now. One market, one position, no problem. I don't need to set up the other filters because I'm in control of what market gets sent. I don't need to set up a whitelist or blacklist because I'm going to be the one that generates the signal. We could set up a amount like that, like so. You don't have to. If you want to do some type of risk reward calculations in your webhook, fine, that's up to you, no problem. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Entry order expiration, yeah, I'd like that. So again, let's say 15 minutes. Might be necessary, might not be necessary. Dollar cost averaging. In this case, I'm not going to set that up because of the strategy that I have in mind. If I have a strategy that requires DCA, by all means do it. And I can set up stop loss, which for this case, just going to do 2%. This is just for demo purposes, right? So haven't put too much thought about this with the stop loss for the strategy that I have in mind to use. Then after we've done that, hit the save settings. Hey, we get these API keys again. So we could copy those, copy, put them somewhere, and then close them. Oh, actually, well, I had created it a little bit better. Let me see if I can. No, I can't change that here.
Do your magic one.
Yeah, just give me a sec.
Yeah. Webhooks, are they also possible on the paper trading bots? Yes, no?
Yeah.
You can use.
Yeah.
So we can have that. You can do that also on the paper trading.
Yep.
Please keep in mind that the next week, the next session will also be about algorithmic trading and specifically for DCAing. So
let me just grab.
That's something to know. Almost there.
Yeah. I mean, nice preparation, Ben. Jesus Christ, you knew this was coming.
Yeah, but all the time, things are.
No, I actually had it right, but I forgot to deploy it properly. So it's not what I'm doing now. But
and you are the developer.
I can show you right here. Don't worry. Hold your horses. The webhook one, this one. And now we have this. So because I didn't set it, I can reset it. If you forgot the password, if you forgot to copy it, you can reset it. Hit save settings. And now we get it. This is what I wanted. So I can save it. So this will be released today. So don't worry. Save the secret in the browser. Click close. And then you get to the webhook builder. So this is the important thing, right? This is what we want to do. So because we aren't developers, right? And let's say we want to set up a Bitcoin market like that. We need to generate these messages, right? But we're not developers. Well, I am, but most people aren't. So coming up with this is very fiddly and very difficult if you have never done it before. If you don't know what you're looking for, you don't need to worry about this, right? So all you have to do is just click on the copy button once you're finished. This, however, this side, you can make some changes. So you can decide if you want to go long or short, if you want to open with a market order or a limit order. This is new. This is in the current version, that's not available, right? So the question was, can you enter with a market order for the webhook? Yes, you will be able to from today. And then you can set up the order size if you want, right? So you can specify the size of the order. If you don't, then it will take the settings that you've set up right here. If you specify it, then you can. So if you say in this order I want to do 150, then you can, and it will use the 150 with a market order. You could also say I want to buy 0.1 Bitcoin. Good luck. You can, with just like that. If you leave it blank, then it will be out. And you have that for open, and you can do it for close. So those are the two main items that we're going to be looking at right now. You also have increase and reduce. Reduce is also new. Yay, we can finally reduce. Reverse would only be interesting for futures exchanges, which you can. And I'm working on a specific trading view option, which will not be included in today's release, because I wanted to make some small adjustments to it so that it actually works a little bit better. But then it will be even easier. Like I can show you right now, it would already have these types of things filled in, meaning meaning that it will take data from the strategy itself. So let's look at trading view.
This is a game changer, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be easier. So.
Oh man. Okay.
So this is one strategy that they have, for example, right? It's the Bollinger Band strategy where if it breaks out of the Bollinger Band, then you want to get in. Well, actually, you can see in this case what this strategy does. Strategy Pine Editor. If you're a coder, this is where to look. Bollinger Band strategy. There we go. So what does it do? If there's a crossover from source and lower, source in this case is the close. So if the price closes below the lower band, then it will create a new entry, right? But it will not create a new entry. It will give a signal that it wants to create a new entry. But we want to send that signal over to Altrady. So how do we do that? So what we can do here is with the Bollinger Band, we can go to this one and we could set up an alert. So on TradingView, you can set an alert, and you can choose the Bollinger Band, and then the lower band crosses the value. The price crossing down. And where is my price? Normally they have, what was it? Condition. Price crossing down, Bollinger Band. That's the one. I have my order mixed up. So when the price goes below the lower one, that's when this one triggers the alert. And we could do that only once per bar close, or once per minute. Well, we want it in this case once per bar close. So if the price closes below the Bollinger Band on the 15-minute chart in this case, then I want to generate the alert. And what do we enter here? Because that's the most important thing, right? So this is for the crossing down. So this is when I want to open my position. So I go back to Altrady. I say open with market going long. That's fine. And I want to do that in Binance USDT. So I can copy the payload. I can paste the payload. And I will be almost done. Next up is the notification. I need to do the webhook URL. Where's the webhook URL? It's right here. Click on copy URL. Go here. It's already filled in this case, because I've already done that before. It will stay there until you change it. And I can also send an email so that I know that it happens. And I can see, okay, well, TradingView generated a signal, but I don't get it from Altrady. Something's wrong. And then I can click create. Now my alert is set. And with the alerts, where was that again? Here. With the alerts, we can now wait until it comes. And as soon as it comes, when it closes, so it looks like it's going to close soon outside of this band, then the signal will be in here and it will be opened. But now we also want to close it, and we want to close our long with a market order. So we copy this payload and we can set another alert. So we go here again, click on add alert, and we can paste in our payload. but we want to close it when the price goes crossing up. So when it goes through the Bollinger Band upper. And then we want to do that once per bar close. So when it closes above the upper Bollinger Band, then it will send a close signal. And then we can check the notification. See, yeah, that's fine. Okay, go. So now these two alerts are set up, right? So we have one for opening and one for closing. The bot will actually wait for those alerts to come in. Now, I didn't specify that, or it's possible that it will close above the Bollinger Band line before it goes below the one, right? So it could be that I'm closing when I don't have an open position. That doesn't matter, right? The signal bot will just ignore that. If you don't have an open position, it will not do anything with it. And it will also not open another one if you already have it, because we told it not to, right? If we go back to the settings, we've said don't open if it's already there. One concurrent position, one max position per market. So this will ensure that I only have one position open at a time. This will also not short. So this strategy actually, the strategy that you see here is shorting. So it reverses the position every time, but we can't do that on spot markets. So for spot markets, you have to do it this way. Right, so that's just that. But then you still get the results that you see here, or slightly similar results to this. And with the strategy tester, you can see that it can be a profitable position over time. So that's a nice way of working with TradingView indicators. This is just the Bollinger Bands. You can also use other indicators. You can go wild and design your own custom Pine script. But the fact of the matter is that the payload will be the same, and you can use that from the webhook builder right here. And the secret will be filled in until you close the browser and all that stuff, or if you unclick it, remember. And yeah, you can just keep copying, pasting that with that. You can also increase the position. So if you have more interesting strategies that allow you to buy on specific signals. So if you have a strategy that signals, if you do want to continue to buy every time it closes below the Bollinger Band, then with this you could say, okay, I'm going to increase it if that happens. And similarly, you could also reduce it. So you could partially reduce your position. So you could say, I want to reduce it by 50%. So I want to take off some of that. Then this is how you would do it. You can see that the message is automatically changed. You copy the payload over, you put that in your strategy, and the bot will execute that when it receives this message. Same for close. We've done that, and the reverse. And then, yeah, as I said, TradingView will be slightly different, because this allows you to actually use the values that you see right here from the strategy itself. But that's more advanced and probably requires a little bit more time to talk about that in another webinar. Now what you see here is that we've done that with TradingView, but what people might not know really is that we also have the ability to create webhook signals from Altrady. So for example, if you want to do trendline trading and you want to enter your position when it breaks the trend line, then we could say Altrady signal bot, and we could paste in our payload right here, like that. And then it works the same way. So when, in this case, I want to open, I leave this node in, I can set it up, and I do one on bar close. I want to enter this position, and then I can hit save. Now, oh, that looks awesome. Nice. Hadn't seen that before. What is this? Yeah, it's a webhook call.
Oh god. Okay. It's something that we will fix.
Yeah, obviously. Then as soon as this line is broken, it will open up a position, and you will see it in the signal bot just as before. And if you
that's great. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think many people know about it, but it's possible.
No, Okay, this is something that maybe we should talk a bit more. I have a question from George. He's asking, is it also possible to apply leverage in a single bot without having to set it up on the exchange itself? A bit similar to free commons.
Yes. If you know how to read documentation for that, then you can go here, and you can go to the signal bot positions there, and then you can see all the stuff that we have there. And as you can see right here, you can set the leverage in the payload as well. So the webhook builder, we purposely kept it simple so that we didn't add too many features because otherwise it would be very crowded, as it's already pretty crowded. But yes, there are ways to set the leverage inside the payload as well. You can even set take profit, dollar cost averaging orders, entry expiration. Basically, you can set up a full position from a webhook call. So way more advanced than what you could do here, but that requires a bit more knowledge. But you can do it. Yeah. And the beauty of it with these positions is that, we've got one.
Okay, what happened?
We've got a position that's taken in link there. We just entered the market. There we are. Just entered. And I don't know from which bot this is. Bots. Oh. No, it was Link.
Okay.
Link, yeah. This one. This is the one. So this was the better trader. This is a better trader signal. It already took it. So we didn't even know that it was doing that. But, we knew it was doing that, but we didn't know it was opening that. I don't have notifications set up on this screen, but yeah, we did see it here. There we go. So
Ben, can you show again? Because I think people also, they're not aware that they can see this in the chart, like the position, each position. Can you go again and show them, like when you have the bot, you search your bot?
You go to the bot. So in this case, this one was opened here. We can see that here. And then we can go to the open positions, and then you can click on the market, and you will be taken there immediately. Yeah. And for the people that are noticing this, the dashboard here, it has a cache delay just to keep everything fresh. So it might say 0 positions for a few more minutes, but actually there's one open if you click on it. On the dashboard, you already see that. Right, you can immediately see that it's already there. Yeah. So that's how you would do it.
Okay, perfect.
Any other questions?
No, I don't see no. I think we have covered everything, because I had some from previous webinars. I was gathering some information from people that they were asking about the algorithmic trading and so on. It's one about the DCA stage with algorithms, but that we're gonna have the next session. Someone was saying that Altrady has DCA webhook functionality. I wish a single JSON message body could open long and shorts. It's hard to creating an alert for each direction for the token being traded.
So that's so for that's actually that part with the bot, the webhook bot with the builder. That's exactly what I wanted to do with the trading view, so that you get the action, which can be a buy or a sell, and depending on the type of position, if it's long or short, then it would open or close it based on buy or sell. So when you buy in a long, it's opening, and when you buy in a short, it's selling, or it's closing, right? And if you sell in a long, it's closing, and if you sell in a short, it's opening. So that way you can use this from your strategy. But this is something that requires a little bit of extra work, and I need to see how that would work with the actual strategies that I've come across. So I want to test those out first before I release this.
Awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna come. Okay. Will the DCA be integrated into the webhook builder?
It's debatable because the big feedback that we get from people is that everything is like so advanced and so expanded, but maybe we can add it under a closed section like for advanced. Maybe. I mean, it's not difficult for us to add it, but it's just about whether or not people will understand it, and it's not information overload.
So yeah, I mean, guys, also we are working a lot, and we are very focused right now on the user experience, onboarding, all that part. So if you have any feedback for the platform, or anything that you can, provide any insights or whatever you feel or whatever you think that it can be improved or added or whatsoever, please let us know.
Yeah, especially with the struggles that you have. Like if you've struggled with something, then let us know what you struggled with and what would be better if things were there. Like we get a lot of questions about the trade form and it being that there's a lot in there, right? But if we hide it, then you don't know that it exists. But if we show it, then it's too much. So please let us know which features mean the most to you, and you're happy that they were in there and visibly and everything. Please let us know.
Sure. I think it's great. I didn't know about the webhook builder.
I forgot to say the best thing about working with signal bots and automatic trading and automatic algorithmic trading. The best thing, it's standing right here in front of us. Sometimes you need to make adjustments. Right? What bot platform creates these super advanced positions and then allows you to edit them right there and then?
No, we are ahead of Elon Musk. We are on Mars, on other planets already. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, that's the reality. Like we just need to conquer different planets. That's for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't go.
We have to be realistic. Okay, so.
I wouldn't go that far, but why not? Yeah, you can easily do that. So in this case, we say, okay, so this position had that trailing stop. So this was that take profit with a trailing stop. But it's a bit too narrow for me. Like I want to have it a little bit more space in this case because the market moves quite gently upwards. I want to give it some space, right? Oh, nice. I can edit that and save it. And then it still counts as that signal bot position. Right? It's still here. And the statistics will still be in here.
Okay.
Even the dogs are loving it. They can't control their emotion either.
Yeah. But it's like, even my dogs were like, this platform is out
mind
of this
blowing.
Mind blowing, mind boning. Yeah, but like I think
now take me out for a poop.
So I think it's really great, and now without we joked and so on. However, the reality is that you're not gonna find any other platform the ability to edit and have so much control of the bots. It might it might come with some complicated things for some people once you get used to it with it. However, the possibility that the Altrady platform provides to you, they're like huge. I mean, we really put a lot of thought into it and a lot of work. And you have so many things that you can do, and we know that people are not aware of all of that, and it's something that we really want to change. And that's why through all these webinars specifically, actually, where we show you and talk about different subjects, the whole idea is to show you and how you can use Altrady and also discover together all the features that you are able to use. So I think That's the whole point of it. Besides, yeah, it's cool to see Benoit, each Thursday live. Yeah, it's with his
Winging it.
mind,
Just
yeah, big mind, boom, yeah, coming here. So Mask to rescue, Ben Mask to rescue. Yeah, true. Oh my god. So I think it's great. I'm happy about this. I mean, I didn't know about the fact that you are actually be able to set up a webhook directly on the chart with the trend line
with
alert.
red lines.
Can
Yeah.
you show that again, Ben?
Yeah, sure.
Because
So
I think it was too fast.
yeah, okay. So you go to the alerts, you set up a
Yes.
trend line alert. You don't have to do it like this. You can do it like the way that you
Okay.
normally do trend line alerts. But yeah, like that. And then you paste the payload in here and you select Altrady signal bot from there. And then you just paste the payload in there. And then you
And when
and then you
do
hit
that,
save. And then if you're not sure if it did work correctly, it's right here.
and if you want the API key,
If you want to, yeah, you need to keep your API key and secrets safe so that no one can see it. This is not the way to do it, guys. Come on, amateurs. This will be fixed. I'll put it on my list.
Okay. So we have another question for: will the alerts also be possible on Bollinger Band strategy in Altrady?
Once we add alerts on that, then obviously that would be a no-brainer to do that. But that's going to take a while more because we have so many other things that we're working on. Also in preparation of this feature, there's just a lot. Like we need to make some changes to our backend, huge changes to our backend to be able to support that. But yes, it's definitely on our long-term vision goal.
Yeah.
And you will be able to dump TradingView. Yes, you will be able to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are many things coming. We do have, well, probably in 1 month or so, a new exchange that we're going to add. We're going to announce that officially at some point. We're still working towards that.
Yeah. And can we already announce the thing for tomorrow?
No, that's why I wanted to. But I think it's like something cool will happen as of tomorrow for a short period of time. So you guys should really
check your email.
Your email, yeah.
Check your email.
Exactly, and something really awesome. So yeah, check your email as of from tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if there are many other questions.
I don't.
There are other questions
so.
that you guys have, because I think we covered a lot in this webinar.
I think it's another information overload, and it's just.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw so much today. I don't know what to ask. But again, join us on Discord.
Yes, right? Join us on Discord, and also check the Smart Money webinar, the course that we are doing together with Roman. Roman is doing actually with us.
This is our Discord server. Yeah, I already shared the trades from last week. Apart from that, there's a live conversation going. It's very lively. A lot of people are engaging. It's nice. So yeah, do join. Hey Ben. If you don't want to join us, I'll talk to myself. I do that at home anyway. So
that's good. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, guys. Indeed. We're gonna love you and leave you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again. I will see you again on Tuesday, and then Cata will see you as well on Thursday.
Well, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Cata.
Have a good one. Ciao. Thanks, Ben.
Bye.